Good night, everyone doing tonight. God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Irma J. Spirit Divine. I'm here to give you a word on tonight, and we're going to talk about the birth of Moses and his mother going to step out on faith. Exodus chapter 2, verse 1 through 10. Now a man of tribe of Levi married a Levi woman. So this both were Israelite. Now Moses' parents were both Levites and a son of Jacob. And you remember, it was Jacob's children went to Egypt, and God told him to multiply. So there was children of Jacob, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. So when she saw that he was fine child, now she hid him for 3 months. Now she looked at her child. She know this is a special child from God, and she know. And then and the new king they had at Pharaoh, he wanted to kill all the boys. So that's why she hid him for 3 months. And when she couldn't hit him no more, then she gonna try to go out on faith and make sure he is safe. Now she hid him for 3 months. After giving birth, because Pharaoh ordered that all male Hebrew babies be killed. They fear, they will become too powerful. And see, the new king, Joseph had just died. And so he claimed he don't even know who Joseph was. And because Joseph was the king. Joseph was ruling on whole Egypt. And so this new king came along, and the Israelites just started multiplying. They just kept on. The women just kept on getting pregnant, and they were getting larger and larger. That's why when Moses get to the Israelite, he gonna release 202 million people. That just how. And see, and they're scared they're gonna be so powerful and come against them. That's why they want to kill all the boys. And so she knew he was a fine child. God had something special planned for that child. And she saw it. She saw it. Sometimes you can look at your child and notice he gonna be something. He gonna be special. But when she couldn't hear him no longer, she got a basket for him, coated it up and tore it in picture, make sure it was sealed good, and then she placed the child in it and put him among the reeds and along the bank of the river. So she put him in his basket. She made sure he was fitting it. She made sure it was sealed properly so no water won't get in the basket. And she stepped out on faith. She stepped out on faith. She don't know that boat was gonna flip the baby over, and she just don't know. She didn't know he was gonna sink. She just went out on faith. Went out on faith, and put her child in that river. That was a strong faith she had. Now this tiny boat made a reed, and it was fashioned by a woman who knew what she was doing. Now this boat was waterproof. We're taught. That's why they said she knew what she was doing, because she fixed that basket so it won't leak. Now a small basket hidden among the reeds would be well isolated from the weather and difficult to see. And see, she sealed him real good. Now his sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. So she watched her brother. She wanted to see if he's gonna flip over in that water, or he was gonna sail straight, across the river. She stood there and watched her brother and see what was gonna happen. Now Moses' sister, she watched just to see what's going to happen to her brother. Now God put it into their heart to do this so that Moses would end up in the hands of Pharaoh. See, God put it in her heart. Go ahead and put that baby in the basket and put him in the water. See, God knew Pharaoh's daughter, go by the river to bathe at the same time every day. And then God was watching the baby. God was going to make sure the Pharaoh's daughter, make sure she's get the baby. So then Pharaoh's daughter had went down to the river to bathe. She do that every day, and her attendant was walking along with her by the riverbank. Now she saw the basket among the reeds and set her female slave to go get it. Cause see, they said she had lepers, and I guess she didn't want to go around the baby. But when she went by that basket, she was healed. Because see, Moses is a special baby. Moses is gonna have gifts and everything else that he ain't even gonna know. So she got by the basket and she was healed. And so when she saw the baby in the basket, she felt compassion, and pity. Now she paid Moses' mother to read him, and Moses' sister was nearby observing. You know, and we gonna see how God worked. Now she opened it and saw the baby. Now she was crying and she felt so sorry for him. This is the one of the Hebrew baby. That's what she noticed. This is a Hebrew baby. Now that's what she said. And she realized that he is a Jewish, and that she had a compassion heart on this abandoned child. And it's kind of strange that anybody say, well, what this baby doing in this river? He was an abandoned child. She had compassion for this child. God put in her heart to have a compassion for this child. God wanted her to raise this child. And that's kind of strange. Pharaoh wants to kill all the boys. But then his daughter about to bring this boy baby home, they're going to live right under his roof. And he ain't going to try to kill this boy, but he wanted all the boys killed. He ain't going to know Moses is from God. He's a special child. So then his sister had asked Pharaoh's daughter, should I go and get, one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby? So now she got the baby. And remember, the daughter was watching at a distance. And she walked over there and asked her, you want me to get one of these Hebrew girls, women to watch the baby? All the while, she going to get her mother. And so that means the mother, that's just how faith works. That's just how God works. She put her baby, in the river to be saved for somebody that can get her baby. She didn't want, her baby to be killed. But now she about to reunite with her baby. She about to nurse her baby that she never thought she was going to see again. So now the sister was watching. So the baby's sister, saw that Pharaoh's daughter had discovered Moses. Now she quickly took the initiative to suggest a nurse, which is her mother, who might care for the baby. Now the sister was afraid to approach her, because she Egyptian woman. For instance, if she was suspicious, she didn't want her to be suspicious. Now she know that Moses' sister is an Israelite. And so she didn't want her to get suspicious. She already knew that Israelite baby, but she don't know her daddy wanted to kill all the boys. Now, yes, go. Now, she tell him, remember, she asked her, did you want me to go get a Hebrew woman to watch the baby? She said, yes, go. And she answered. So the girl went and got the baby mother. And you see how God worked. Now, she used her faith and trust the baby being in the water. Not knowing if the baby was going to flip over, a baby was going to sink, but she had faith. And God worked out on faith. Now, since she worked out on faith, and then God was going to make sure this baby protected anyway, because God had a plan on Moses' life. So their family was reunited again. Special opportunity to see her child again. And she going to be the one to take care of him. See how God worked. How faith led her back to her baby. So, and that's when God planned, because he have a plan for Moses' life. So, God was going to save the baby either way it go. Pharaoh's daughter had said, Heart, take this baby and nurse it for me, and I will pay you. So the woman took the baby and nursed the baby. So not only she reunite with her baby, but she's gonna get paid to take care of her own baby. So Moses' mother was reunited with her baby. Now God used this courageous, act of saving and hiding, the baby, and began his plan to rescue his people from Egypt. So God needs this child to accomplish his plan for their life. Not only she nursing him, but she gonna get paid to take care of her own child. Now that's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's God working behind the scene. God had a plan for Moses' life before he placed her in his mother womb. And so he gonna make sure he was safe, because he have a plan on his life. The rest of he gonna come back. He gonna be the ones that gonna rescue all the Israelites from Egypt. So he gonna grow up watching, his own people getting killed. So that's why he gonna save one of them, kill him, and that's when he gonna run away. So when the child grew older, she took him, to Pharaoh's daughter. So she was just on the weaning the baby. So after he got a certain age, she took him back to Pharaoh's daughter, and she become, her son, and she named him Moses, saying, I drew him out of the water. So she named him Moses. That means the mother, the mother didn't never name him. Instead of knowledge, the daughter, they're not supposed to know that she is real mother, but otherwise she the real mother. So now she announced how she named Moses. She drew him out the water. Now Pharaoh's daughter had chose the name to match up with Moses' story, which included being found as a baby in a basket by the riverside. Now she named Moses because she drew him out of the water. She wanted his name to match up to the river, a way how she found him. Now, about Moses, her baby was special from God. She know the baby was special from God. And when she couldn't hide him no more, she had enough faith, to put him in the river, knowing that God was going to protect him. She had enough faith to put her child in that river, knowing that God is going to protect her. God knew Pharaoh, he knew Pharaoh's daughter bathed by the river at the same time every day. Now Pharaoh, Pharaoh was killing all the boys, but this boy is about to live right under his nose. He about to kill all the boys. Don't even ask no question where this boy come from. He gonna grow up and live right in their house. And then a mother will reunite with her child. He had reunite with her child. All this work that God did, because God have a plan for his life. She had faith, and she had faith, and it all worked out at the end. She was scared and panicked. She don't know if her baby was gonna sink or flip over, but it all worked out at the end because of her faith. See, faith go a long way. I talked about faith yesterday, pretty much all this week. Faith go a long way, and God work on our faith. If you don't have no faith, you don't have nothing for God to work on, because God get His glory, out of our faith. You see with Abraham got so blessed so much because because of his faith. This woman here, she went out on faith and put her baby in that river. And also God gonna make sure, He will protect her, because God using him for the rescue of the Israelite. So that's all I have for you today. You know, and also you can schedule Bible study. All my information be down below. You can schedule Bible study. It's the first thing you want to study and read the scriptures every day. You know, you get closer to God and get to know these stories and how He operates, how He uses power, how He got glory. You know, in a lot of this service, you know, I'm a spiritual healer. Um, you can book a reading. I protect your life. I'm missing divine. You know, locate. You want me to locate anyone, um, loved ones. You can leave the picture and name down below. Picture and name on my TikTok account, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Y'all have a blessed night, and remember, always go by faith. You know, she didn't know how how she's gonna see it. She didn't know how God was gonna protect the baby. She just went out on faith, and that's what I've been talking about all this week. You know, we gonna go by faith, not by sight. You know, that's something you cannot see. You know, go by faith, and that way you believe God, trust God that it's gonna happen. She believed and trust God. She grew up with God. You know, so she believed that He gonna save this child. You know, He put it in her heart to put that baby in that river. So she believed and trust Him that He was gonna protect that child, and she went out on faith. And it all worked out at the end because she reading the night with her child, and she was able to nurse him and then get paid for it. You know, so it all worked out for the better. You know, God always know how to work out bad situation. You know, this was a situation like they wanted to kill all the boys. God wasn't letting them kill Moses. You know, and so this one woman believed God, and she went out on faith. You know, and end up good at the end. You know, so y'all have a blessed night, and I'll see y'all in the next video.